Hey everyone, still here, still awake? If you are, that's fine. Tonight, we're drifting a little deeper into Europe's royal past, where family trees were more like family circles, and crowns were passed down along with matching jawlines. Yes, we're talking about the most inbred monarchs in European history. A soothing little lullaby about genetic disasters wearing velvet robes. So, settle in. The lights are low, the air is still, and it's time to wander through some royal bedrooms that really should have had locks on them. Let's begin in Spain. Because when it comes to royal inbreeding, no one committed quite as enthusiastically as the Habsburgs. For over 2 centuries, they kept their bloodlines pure by keeping them inside the family. Which is a polite way of saying they married their cousins. Over and over and over again. The idea was to preserve power, land, and noble blood. The result, of course, was the slow, genetic collapse of one of Europe's greatest dynasties. And the masterpiece of this long experiment in poor decision-making was King Charles II of Spain. Charles was born in 1661, the only surviving son of King Philip IV and Marianne of Austria, who, to make things delightfully simple, was both Philip's niece and his cousin. Charles was, in fact, so inbred that his family tree could almost be drawn as a circle. His pedigree showed more repetition than a church hymn. Physically, Charles looked unwell. He had the famous Habsburg jaw, which jutted so far forward he couldn't chew properly. He drooled constantly, and his tongue was so large that speaking was a challenge. He was described by one ambassador as having a face of sorrow and stupidity. Which feels harsh, but not inaccurate. Mentally, he was fragile. He didn't learn to walk until he was 4. He didn't learn to speak until he was nearly 8. He spent most of his life sick, weak, and surrounded by courtiers who whispered that he was bewitched. Because obviously, it couldn't possibly be the centuries of genetic recycling. The royal physicians tried everything to fix him. They prescribed potions, pilgrimages, and prayers. They blamed curses, demons, and the evil eye. At one point, they even exhumed his dead ancestors to break a supposed spell. Imagine that, digging up your grandparents just because your jaw hurts. Charles himself believed it, too. He